RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Manakee Jewelers. Surprise her with a piece of Everlon diamond jewelry. Olin Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Professional, independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best healthcare close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Dentistry with TLC, stop hiding and start smiling. Quality Buick, Pontiac, GMC, Cadillac, serving the Riverbend for 52 years.
I mean, you'd like to think that it's going to be a really good matchup. Alton's throwing what they consider their number one starting pitcher out here tonight in Jason Roberts, and we're going to see what Roxana can do against him, swinging the bats. They didn't show too much there in the first game, and Coach Arbuthnot, as he strolls down to the third base coach's box, has to wonder what went on there in the first game, but at the same time has to find that medium where he can get his guys focused on game two here and get over that as quick as possible.
The Shells will counter with Ryan Touche. That's who will be on the hill for the Roxana Shells, the home team here at Gordon Moore Park, against the Redbirds, who are in the field. Or excuse me, the Shells are the visiting team, and Alton is the home team. And they will set things up with John Plooster leading things off here, the center fielder for the Roxana Shells. Stephen Garner will hit second, play third base, followed by Drew Brumley, the left fielder, in the three-hole, and then Brandon Grizzle, the cleanup hitter, and the DH. First pitch sails outside to Plooster for ball one.
Well, Plooster standing in on the left side here. See how he shapes up against the right-handed throwing Roberts. So that first fastball sailing outside.
Next pitched on the way to Plooster, and it's up high, outside a bit for ball two.
That pitch there a little bit closer to the corner.
Plooster, a left-handed hitter, digs in and takes one down central for strike one from the right-handed hurler, Jason Roberts, for the Alton Redbirds. 2-1 count now on Plooster as the pitch heads home. This one outside, and it's now 3-1. Plooster doing a nice job up there, leading off, giving his team a chance to see some pitches here off this right-hander from the Redbirds. That one's in there for strike two, and now the count is full.
All five pitches so far from Roberts being five fastballs. A few there in the early going, not quite finishing, sailing wide.
And the 3-2, and a swing and a miss for strike three, and that one on the outer half.
Yeah, it was a nice two-seam fastball. It looked like there as it sunk away from the left-handed hitting Plooster, low and out of the zone. A nice pitch there to strike out the leadoff hitter for Roberts.
Now to bring in the right-handed hitter, Stephen Garner, the third baseman, wears number 7. Digs in against the righty, Jason Roberts, for the Redbirds. This one inside for ball one.
Garner just looks like a baseball player out there in that number 7. Lean-looking player in his uniform.
The 1-0 upstairs for ball two. 2-0 on Stephen Garner at third base today, or tonight, for the Roxana Shells. Here's the pitch, and it's inside.
Roberts going 3-0 on Garner here.
Well, he fell behind Plooster, was able to battle back and strike him out. But down 3-0 here. There's a strike right down central. Garner taking all the way.
Roberts doing a good job of making adjustments with his fastball. He's letting it ride inside the righties.
There's one in on the hands, and it's tapped foul down the third base line.
It's like early in the counts, the ball's taking off on him. He gets behind 2-0, 3-1, and then he makes the adjustment, gets back in the zone, and is doing a nice job of that, not walking hitters thus far here in the very early going.
3-2 count on the number 2 hitter, Garner. Swing and a shot past the third baseman for a single into left.
Nice job there by Garner, getting the fastball in the full count, ripping it through the hole between short and third.
That'll bring in the number 3 hitter now, Drew Brumley. He's the left fielder for the Roxana Shells. Brandon Grizzle, the DH, waits on deck. With a runner at first now, Stephen Garner. One away here in the top of the first. The right-handed hitter, Brumley, digs in. First one on the way to him is outside for, no, that's a strike across the outside corner.
Yeah, good-looking pitch over the outside corner there. And that's what Roberts is going to need to do, work ahead to these hitters, and he'll do just fine as long as he keeps pounding the strike zone.
From the stretch, checks the runner. The 0-1. Down in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and down to second goes the runner Garner.
Yeah, that pitch in the dirt, and the catcher made a nice effort to try and block the ball. It squirted away off of his leg pad, and the runner was able to advance to second base.
Now a runner in scoring position for Drew Brumley. Takes a long look at Mike Arbuthnot, the third base coach. And the pitch is outside for a ball. 2-1 now on Drew Brumley.
Let's see what Brumley's going to be looking for here with the 2-1 count in his favor.
Pitch down in the dirt again and gets away, and Garner going to scoot down to third.
Yeah, another hard fastball in the dirt, getting away from the catcher, and what the runner should still be on first base. He's now over on third, and Roxana has a chance to put one on the board here in the top of the first.
They're going to take a minute to talk things over here on the hill with their hurler, Jason Roberts.
Yeah, Coach Haug not very happy, obviously, with the two pass balls there. Being a catcher himself, probably a little disappointed.
Garner now down at third base with a 3-1 count on the hitter Brumley. So the pitcher Roberts falling behind all three hitters he's faced here in the first.
The meeting has commenced at the mound, and Coach Arbuthnot has also returned to his coaching box, and we'll get back to action here in the first.
It's officially off to a slow start when you get visited in the first inning.
Well, that warranted a visit, though, that's for sure.
Here's a high pitch out of the zone and a swing and a miss by Brumley. Out of the count 3-2, and Brumley helped him out a bit there. Hard to lay off that one up around your eyes, though. 3-2 sails inside, and Brumley going to walk.
Well, that'll make it first and third for the Shells here, as we're going to be under the lights out here at Gordon Moore Park, as they've just flipped them on, and Roxana first and third, and get ready to cause a little damage out here if the Redbirds don't throw a stop out.
Now the cleanup hitter is set to dig in for the Shells. Brandon Grizzle, the DH, right-handed hitter. Pitch on the way is outside for a ball. See if Roxana elects to put a play on here with runners at first and third.
Well, the good thing for Alton High is they're just a ground ball away of possibly being out of the inning if they can get a double play ball.
Here's a swing and a fly ball into right field. Right field camps out. Under it for the out. Runner will tag and come home, and Garner going to be safe. Now the ball gets away from the catcher, and down to second goes Brumley. Go ahead.
Nice job there by Grizzle with the sacrifice fly, doing his job, playing the game, getting a pitch up in the zone just a little bit, was able to hit the fly ball to right field. A good throw by the right fielder there of the Redbirds. Made the play a little bit close to the plate. The ball squirted away after the relay from the catcher, and the base runner was able to get over to second base.
Drew Brumley down at second now for the number 5 hitter, Brandon Palin, the second baseman, digging in from the right side with 2 away. From the stretch, pitch on the way, and it's in there for a called strike. Right-handed hurler Jason Roberts. Gets his sign, comes to the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch there.
Yeah, that was a good-looking breaking ball there by Jason Roberts. He can limit the damage by getting this hitter and holding it to a 1-0 lead.
0-2 on Palin. Another curveball, and that one drops right in there for strike 3. And a strikeout to end the inning, and 1 run on the board for the Shells in the top of the first. We'll move to the bottom of the first with the Shells leading the Alton Redbirds 1-0. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis as we move now to the bottom of the first inning, and it's Ryan Touche to the hill for the Roxana Shells with a 1-0 lead. He will face Grant Jones, the DH, to lead things off for the Alton Redbirds, followed by Niall Spurgeon, the shortstop, Nick Lombardo, the center fielder, and Jason Roberts, the pitcher, hitting cleanup for the Alton Redbirds. Touche, a right-handed hurler.
Well, the Shells offense came out and did their job in the top of the first. Got a run on the board. Give their pitcher a 1-0 lead here as Touche takes to the hill. And they throw the ball around one last time, and it looks like we'll get to work here in the bottom of the first. As you mentioned, Logan Jones stepping in the lefty, and the Redbirds offense will get to swinging the bats here this evening.
Left-handed hitter digs in for the Alton Redbirds. Grant Jones takes the first one for a ball. Touche gets a sign, rocks and brings the next one home. And it's across the outside corner for strike 1. The next one from Touche sails inside and back to the screen, and it's 2-1 down, the leadoff hitter, Grant Jones.
Touche's first 2 fastballs was working the outside corner. And that time he tried to bust Jones in hard and got a little too far in.
Swing and a drive into left field. Left fielder going back and will camp under this one for out number 1.
Well, Grant Jones made nice contact on that ball there and sent a good drive out towards left field. And nice play by the left fielder, Roxana, battling the sun just a touch before the sun falls down behind the press box here.
Drew Brumley with the catch in left field. That'll bring in the number 2 hitter, Niall Spurgeon, the shortstop. And he takes the first one for strike 1 from Touche. Shells up 1-0. The next one, a swing and a fly ball on the right. This one's trouble down the line, and that's a fair ball into the corner. Rounding first is Spurgeon. He'll stop at second base with a double.
Niall Spurgeon with a good-looking swing there. As he smokes one down the right field line, keeping it fair by about just a foot for a double, and trying to get the Redbirds back even here in the bottom of the first.
So Spurgeon now down at second in scoring position for the Alton Redbirds. Number 3 hitter, Nick Lombardo. He's a center fielder for the Redbirds today. The first one from Touche. In there for a called strike one.
Touche starts Lombardo off with the breaking ball there. Drops it in to get ahead 0-1.
Spurgeon with a lead from second. Touche checks him, now brings it home. Upstairs a bit with that one. It's 1-1 now on the right-hander Lombardo. Touche checks the runner. Ready with a 1-1. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike two.
Breaking ball looked like it might have been a touch low, but Touche gets the call from the umpire.
A 1-2 now on the way from Ryan Touche. A swing and a drive into center. Center fielder on his horse will haul this one in for the out. Runner going to try and tag. Here comes the relay into third, and safe at third as the third baseman could not hang on to it.
Well, good job by John Pleaster there. Going a good bit of ways to his right there into the left center field gap, making a good catch and a good relay throw from the shortstop as the ball came in. They had a play at third on Spurgeon. May have gotten the out had the third baseman been able to hold on to the ball.
Very close play down at third, but the third baseman unable to handle that one. Touche's first pitch to the cleanup hitter, Jason Roberts, is outside for a ball. Roberts a chance now to help himself out here with a runner down at third and 2 down. Right-handed hitter waits. And there's a strike from Touche. It's 1-1.
Roberts looking to get that 2-out hit. 2-out RBI hits that are so precious in our game.
Upstairs for ball 2. Now the cleanup hitter Roberts in the catbird seat. Good hitters count here for the cleanup hitter Roberts. 2-1 with 2 down. Swing and a shot towards short. Gobbled up. The throw on the way is in time for out number 3. The Redbirds fail to score. Score remains 1-0 in favor of the Shells as we move to the second. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
You've worked hard to get where you are, to achieve your goals. And that's why we'll work just as hard to help make sure all you've built has the right protection. As a local independent agent, we can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family, providing safe, sound, secure protection with Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
See Macias Insurance Agency on West Delmar Avenue in Godfrey.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at riverBender.com.
Motors in Alton, they're continuously striving to find ways to better serve you. And now there's Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center, located in Roberts Service Department. Quick Lane provides quick service by factory-trained technicians, and you don't need an appointment. You can wait in the new customer lounge that offers free wireless internet, TV, and refreshments. Quick Lane has extended hours through the week and is even open on Saturday. Roberts Motors, finding yet another way to serve you better with Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We move now to the top of the second inning. 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up here for the Roxana Shells. It'll be Nathan Martz, the first baseman, leading things off, followed by Travis Shook and then Phil Perry, the catcher. Right-handed hitter Nathan Martz digs in here. Where's number 11? As Jason Roberts climbs up on the hill to start his second inning of work. And delivers strike one, a swing and a miss by Nathan Martz.
Jason Roberts just reared back and threw a fastball right down the middle there and got it by Nathan Martz.
Next one sails inside. The count out even at 1-1 on Martz. Martz, the first baseman, waits, and the 1-1. Swing and a foul straight back. That one in on his hands. It's 1-2.
Well, Martz has got a couple good hacks in so far. Roberts going right at him, challenging him with fastballs, and he looked to be a little bit closer to being on that one as he fouled it straight back.
A 1-2 to Martz, and here's a swing, fouled off his foot. And the count remains 1-2.
Looked like Roberts pulled a string on that one. May have been a changeup, possibly a slider. Got Martz out in front of touch, fouled it off the instep of his left foot, and that does not feel good.
Ever. Roberts steps off now, back on top. As Martz digs in, here's the 1-2. Inside, just missed hitting him. And they're going to check and see if he went around, and they'll say he did. So he tried to get out of the way, but the bat came around a bit, and they're going to call it a swing for strike 3.
Yeah, not too sure if it was a swing, but he started to offer. Then the pitch rode in on his hands. He pulled back, and that was kind of a tough one there. But Jason Roberts will take it, and so will the Redbirds. There's one down here in the top of the second.
That brings in Travis Shook, and he'll hit the first one down to the first baseman who bobbles it, and everybody going to be safe.
Well, that ball had some funky spin on it as it came off the bat of Shook, and it had just enough to slip past the first baseman of the Redbirds there, and we got a base runner on there.
So Shook, first pitch swinging, reaches on the air, and that brings in Phil Perry, the catcher. Right-handed hitter. Travis Shook takes a lead from first with a 1 away. Roberts with a check. Now throw over and back safely is Travis Shook. Perry digs back in. Waits on the first one from Roberts to him. And it's across the outside corner for strike 1.
Roberts getting ahead of the hitter there. Perry taking strike 1 over the corner. That's what Jason's going to have to continue to do, work ahead of these hitters.
Now Perry showing bunt, pulls back, swings through, and the throw down to second as the runner breaks towards second, sails into center field, and safe down at second is Travis Shook.
Well, it looks like the home plate umpire is going to call interference on the hitter and call him out and send the base runner back to first base, and Coach Arbuthnot is not happy about that call.
So Shook will have to go back to first. And Mike Arbuthnot not happy at all with that call.
Well, the hitter, Perry, was showing bunt to begin with, pulled the bunt back and then swung, took a swing at the pitch. And the umpire's calling interference as the catcher, the batter fell over the plate just a touch. The ball went wide of second base and into center field. Coach Arbuthnot still getting his opinion in from the third base coach's boxes. I really didn't see it, Dennis. I couldn't tell if it was interference or not in that case.
I really didn't see it either. Now, here comes the Alton Redbird coach out to talk things over. Now they finally send the batter to the dugout.
Yeah, well, that's why Coach Houck had to come out. The umpire hadn't officially given the out and sent the hitter back to the dugout, and he wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up.
So how do you score that?
That's a
strikeout?
I believe that's a put out to the catcher.
2 unassisted. That brings in Chase McPeak, the number 9 hitter, and first one outside in the dirt. A nice stop by the catcher.
Very nice stop there on that one. Looked like that one was going to be the pitch to get away, and I guess after the first 2 in the first inning, the catcher here is refocused for the Redbirds.
Brent Gibbs with a nice stop there. And here's a swing. Shot towards short, bobbled it short, and right by the second base bag, he's able to pick it up and step on for the final out. No runs on the board for the Roxana Shells in the second. We'll move to the bottom of the second with a score 1-0 in favor of the Shells. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Honey, who does our car insurance?
State Farm.
And what about our house?
State Farm, too.
And what about our life insurance?
Why do you ask?
Well, I've got something to tell you.
Bringing new life into the world is one of many great reasons to talk about life insurance. So contact your State Farm agent today. They'll help you choose the right coverage.
Contact Tom Lane to discuss all of your life insurance needs at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
Everybody's saying buy American, but not me. I just want you to come drive American. Come out today and see for yourself. No one has a more impressive selection of vehicles than Ford. Whether it's a Focus, Fusion, Escape, Edge, F-150, or any other Ford product, no one can beat Ford's quality. Not Toyota, not Honda, not anybody.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years, just off Route 3 or Highway 67 in Alton, or at RiverBender.com.
We move now to the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 in favor of the Shells as the Redbirds bat here. They'll send up their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. It'll be Josh Boyd, the right fielder, followed by Shane Matthews, the first baseman, then Eric Garner, the left fielder. Boyd, a right-handed hitter, will lead things off for the Redbirds here, down 1-0 in the bottom of the second.
Right. Ryan Touche had a nice first inning, fairly quick, although the Redbirds did hit some balls well off of him for outs.
Pitch from Touche across the inside corner for strike one. Hitter Boyd digs back in and takes the next one outside, high, for ball one.
Touche ran the first pitch fastball inside and then goes to the curve ball away, and he's evened it up 1-1.
Well, 1-1 from Touche, and a fastball here that's down low for ball two. Touche showed a nice breaking ball in that first inning. 2-1. Swing and a grounder to first. First baseman will handle this one unassisted. And there's one down.
You know, so far through the first 4 outs of this game for the Roxana pitcher, Touche, he's just throwing the ball in the strike zone and pitching to contact. The Redbirds are putting nice contact on the ball. That's another ball there that's hit fairly sharp, and it's just right at the first baseman, and he gobbles it up, and we got one out.
Pitching to contact, not a bad idea. Lots of pitchers made lots of money doing that. Here's the pitch. It sails across the outside corner for strike one, and once again, Touche jumping out in front of the hitter, Shane Matthews. Left-handed hitter. And this sails outside to him to make the count 1-1. Matthews digs in, waits on the 1-1 from Touche. Breaking pitch, and it's grounded to second. Bobbled at second. The throw will be in time, though, at first for the second out.
A little bit of a bobble there by Palin, the second baseman of the Shells, but he was able to get to the ball in time and get it over to Nathan March at first base just in time to get the runner heading down the first baseline there, and we got 2 down here in the second.
That brings in Eric Garner, a right-handed hitter, the left fielder. Garner digs in here with 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. Pitch on the way, and it's in there for a called strike.
Looked like that fastball on the inside corner again from Touche.
Once again, Touche out in front. And this one in the dirt, and a nice block by the catcher. Count now 1-1.
That was a nice job by Phil Perry there, keeping that ball in front. Eric Garner here, the hitter for the Redbirds, has very good speed.
A 1-1 to him. Inside for a ball, and the count now 2-1 on Garner.
Excuse me. What I was going to get at was this isn't a guy you want to walk to put on base, because he can turn a walk into a triple in a hurry.
A 2-1 to him, and it's outside. Now the count 3-1. Garner works over the hitter's box and now steps back in. 3-1 on the way to him, and it's across the inside corner for strike 2.
Full count here. We'll see what Touche decides to go with, whether he goes to that fastball or back to the breaking pitch.
3-2, and it hits him. That will send Garner down to first.
You know, through the course of the at-bat, there was about 3 other fastballs that looked like they were close to hitting Garner, and then that one sure did, right on the left arm, and now he's on first base. And with those kind of wheels, maybe Coach have to give him a chance to steal second and get into scoring position here with 2 down in the second.
Garner really crowds that plate and kind of hangs over it a bit, and that inside pitch will look close every time. Here's a throw to first, and a nice job of the first baseman on a low throw to keep that from getting by him.
Yeah, Nathan March showing a little leather over there.
Touche to the stretch and a throw over again, this time a little quicker, and back safely is Garner. So Touche knows the scouting report on Garner.
Well, Coach Arbuthnot saw him all summer in the Southwest League, and he knows what he can do.
Here's a pitch up high, almost a pitch out there.
Over the summer, Eric Garner, an all-star center fielder in the Southwest League, and in the 2 games against Roxana in that league, stole about 5 or 6 bases. So Coach Arbuthnot knows what he can do.
Touche does as well as he throws over again. The hitter is Jordan Bodenbach, and he takes upstairs for ball 2. Touche has missed by a lot on the last 2.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little too worried about that man at first base, and you lose focus on the hitter. Touche needs to get focused back on the hitter here and try to get his shells back into the dugout.
And a throw over again, and once again, Martz with a nice play over there at first to keep that one from sailing away.
You know, Martz known a little bit more for his bat than his glove, but he is doing a nice job helping his pitcher out.
The 2-0 from Touche, and it's upstairs for ball 3. And you can definitely tell the effects of the speed over at first base here now on Touche.
It's at every level, whether it be high school, college, or pro ball. Speed does crazy things.
There's a strike from Touche to make it 3-1. Pitcher has to think of a lot more things. Getting that ball home quicker, not letting that hitter or the runner take that lead. And there's strike 2.
Well, Touche's done a nice job to come back on Bodenbach to get back to full count. Now Garner will definitely be going on the pitch, and we'll see what happens here.
3-2, and Touche steps off. Trying to keep him close, just in case. Bodenbach gets a hit here. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will end the inning. The Alton Redbirds strand a runner, and we'll move on to the third with the Roxana Shells leading the Alton Redbirds 1-0. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Stop hiding. Start smiling. Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Smith. My staff and I love to take great care of our patients. We constantly update our technology, which allows us to complete complex procedures quickly, saving you time and money. Our new LumaSmiles technology allows you to see your new smile without changing a thing.
Patient of the Month, Lewis Michael won a free lunch for all his co-workers.
I can actually get her something she wants. Do something extraordinary. Surprise her with a piece of Everlon diamond jewelry. The Everlon Diamond Knot Collection features the Hercules knot, the ancient symbol of strength that represents the unbreakable bond of love. She definitely deserves a diamond.
The Everlon Diamond Knot Collection, now available at Manakee Jewelers.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis now. We move to the third inning. And the first one is fouled off by Plooster.
Plooster trying to bunt for a hit there. He was trying to drag that. Well, it looked like his body was wanting to drag it, but the pitch was away from him, so he tried to put it down third baseline, and he fouled it off. But now the third baseman has to come way in on the grass. Plooster has some speed, too. And once again, we're seeing how speed affects the game, Dennis.
Diggs back in from the left side with a strike on it. And the next one to Plooster is a beautiful pitch down around the knees for strike two.
Looked like that might have been that curveball again from Roberts.
Placed perfectly. The 0-2 now. And a swing and a miss. And Roberts looking outstanding there as he strikes out Plooster for the second time.
He ran that fastball back away from the hitter. Over that outside corner away from Plooster, and he swung over the top of it for out number one in the top of the third.
That brings in Stephen Garner. Scored the only run of the ball game and takes strike one. Reached on a single and eventually scored on a sacrifice fly back in the first. This one sails up and in on him, and it's 1-1 now. Garner, the right-handed hitter, digs back in against Jason Roberts. Fires one across the outside part. First strike two. Two strikes on Garner with one away here in the top of the third. Breaking pitch stays upstairs, and the count 2-2.
You know, Roberts a little bit underneath that breaking ball. Didn't quite have the elbow and the arm up to drive through it, and that curveball stayed up.
The 2-2 on the way, and this one sails inside. Had trouble with that breaking pitch again.
He's throwing a lot of breaking balls this at bat to Stephen Garner.
Count full now, and Garner with one away here in the top of the third inning. Swing and a fly ball into left field. Shortstop goes out, and the shortstop had it and then lost it. And now he looks like he may have hurt himself as he goes down to the ground.
Yeah, Spurgeon went down awkwardly. Looks like he's going to be okay, though, as he's popped up to his feet. Good effort trying to get out there to catch it. The little blooper into short left field. He looked like he had it, but as he tumbled to the ground, the ball came loose. And now trainer Andy Renner is going to jog out there, and we're going to get the trainer in appearance. It's always nice to see, at least when the young man's all right, which Spurgeon seems to be, is now he's waved off Andy Renner. Tells him he's okay and wants to get back to work.
One away now, and Garner on base again with his second hit of the night. Scored back in the first as now Brumley digs in from the right side. The pitch showed bunt, pulls back and takes a ball.
Garner getting a very, very big secondary lead down at first base. And if the Redbirds have a back pick play in their arsenal, now would be the time to maybe put that on.
The runner goes. Here's a swing and a base hit into left field. Left fielder over to get it, and on to third goes Garner, and he's going to be safe there. Down to second on a nice play is the hitter Brumley.
Well, beautiful execution of a hit and run there by the Roxana Shells as Garner was off with the pitch, and Brumley strokes the ball into left center field. Good job by Garner, the left fielder of Alton, cutting the ball off in the gap. Made a good throw back to third base, but just in getting in time was Stephen Garner at third base under the tag.
And Brumley with a heads-up play, rounding first and heading down to second on the throw to third. So now the Shells with runners at second and third and only one away.
Absolutely right there, Dennis. Smart base running by Brumley, getting down to second base.
One out for the cleanup hitter, Grizzle. The DH takes strike one.
Grizzle absorbing the loss in the first game to Marquette. Maybe looking to take out a little frustration on this baseball.
Infield shortened up for the Redbirds. Ball sails inside, and it's 1-1. One pitch on the way from Roberts, and it's outside. The runner was breaking towards home, and now they got him in a rundown. They'll run him back to the bag and tag him out as Brumley come down to third base on the double steal. That may have been an attempted squeeze play gone wrong too. I'm not sure.
That's what it looked like. The runner sure was coming hard down the line.
That pitch just way out of the strike zone, and a tough one for Grizzle to get down.
Well, what gets lost in all that is the outstanding play of Brent Gibbs, even catching that ball, the catcher. That pitch was low in the dirt, wide, way into the left-handed hitting batter's box. A hard fastball by Robertson. A backhanded stab by the catcher, Brent Gibbs. An outstanding play.
Now Grizzle with two away takes another one outside. And the count 2-1 now on Brandon Grizzle. Grizzle waits on the 2-1. It's down in the dirt. This one gets away from the catcher, but he keeps it in front of him. Now the catcher wants to talk it over with his earler. So step out to the hill. Gibbs and Roberts for the meeting. Count 3-1 now on the cleanup hitter, Brandon Grizzle. Runner down at third is Brumley.
You know, they're probably talking over what they want to do here. You know, it's a 3-1 count. They got a base open. It is the cleanup hitter. Maybe they'll decide to maybe work around him and not be scared to walk him here and bring up the next hitter.
Grizzle waits on the 3-1 with two away here. And a swing and a miss, and the count now full.
Roberts went right after him there on that 3-1 pitch with a fastball. A little bit up in the zone, but a good pitch to swing at. And Grizzle just swung right through it.
The 3-2 from Roberts. A breaking pitch for strike three, and that's how the inning will come to an end. The Shells strand a runner and will move to the bottom of the third inning with the Roxana Shells leading 1-0 over the Alton Redbirds. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from.
Yeah! Woo!
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We move now to the bottom of the third. And here's a strike to the right-handed hitter, leading things off. The catcher Gibbs for the Alton Redbirds. Next one on the way is in the dirt, and the count even at 1-1.
Gibbs looking very patient in the batter's box, taking both of the first 2 pitches. Count of 1-1 now on the 9-hole hitter of the Redbirds.
Next one is in there for called strike 2, and Touche ahead of another hitter.
Well, he's definitely doing a good job of that. Working ahead, getting ahead, staying ahead.
Swing and a tap foul down the third base line. Count remains 1-2 on Gibbs. The number 9 hitter for the Redbirds and the catcher. Swing and a ground ball towards second. Second baseman bobbles it, throws, and in time over at first for the first out here in the bottom of the third.
That's twice tonight that we've seen Palin bobble the ball out of second base, but he's been able to rush over to it, pick it up, and get the ball over to Nathan Marks in time for an out. So Palin needs to do a better job of keeping his feet moving through the baseball. He's laying back just a little bit on it, and it's eating him up out there tonight.
Back to the top of the order now, and it's Grant Jones. 0 for 1, fly to left. In the first to lead the ball game off for the Shells. The bottom of the first. First one to him. Misses for a ball. Next one on the way from Touche. In there for a called strike, and the count even at 1-1. Left-handed hitter digs in, waits on the 1-1. And the dirt, and the count 2-1 now on Jones.
This is a big pitch going to be coming up here. The top of the order for the Redbirds up. A little bit of speed up here with Jones. Touche definitely doesn't want to go 3-1 on the leadoff hitter.
Swing and a tapper down the first base line. Stays fair. The pitcher, Touche, with a nice play. Gets it down to first for the out.
That ball looked like it was going to go foul. And then it kicked back up onto the grass from the dirt as it trickled down the first baseline. And then that made it a tough play for Touche because Jones was in the line of fire by that time. And they did a good job getting the throw around him and over to Nathan Martz for the out.
Touche pouncing on that one, barehanding it and throwing to first for the out. Tough throw, too, because he had Jones right in front of him. And now here's the number 2 hitter for the Redbirds taking a ball, and that's Niall Spurgeon. The next one to Spurgeon. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Spurgeon with a single, or excuse me, a double his first time up.
Spurgeon hit a nice line drive down the right field line his first at bat.
Fouls this one off, and the count now 1-2.
Took a pretty good swing at that pitch. He doesn't seem to be showing any signs of soreness. You know, he was down on the ground for just a few seconds there in left field last inning as he went down awkwardly, but seems to be okay.
Right fielder a little bit closer to the line this time. Now a big hole between the center fielder and right fielder. Here's strike 3, though, to Spurgeon, and that's how the inning going to come to an end. 1, 2, 3 go the Redbirds, and the bottom of the third will move to the fourth. Shells 1, and Redbirds nothing. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
You've worked hard to get where you are, to achieve your goals. And that's why we'll work just as hard to help make sure all you've built has the right protection. As a local independent agent, we can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family, providing safe, sound, secure protection with Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
See Macias Insurance Agency on West Delmar Avenue in Godfrey.
Hi, George Weber. Here's 3 more great reasons to visit Weber Chevrolet this fall. Number 1, product. Chevrolet has the best lineup of vehicles in the market today. Cobalt, Malibu, Impala, Silverado, Traverse, Equinox. Reason number 2, the deals. Right now, we have extra incentives and aggressive pricing on all of our units, resulting in huge savings. Number 3, your trade-in. After Cash for Clunkers, we were forced to crush so many of our trades that our pre-owned inventory needs some help. Your used vehicle has never been worth more.
Halen leading things off for Roxana. This one sails over his head for ball 1.
That breaking ball did not break. It stayed up high around the head level of Palin. Roberts couldn't get that one to snap off.
The 1-0 pitch on the way, and a swing and a tap foul. The count now 1-1 on Palin.
Looks like he fouled it off the foot of the Redbird catcher. But Gibbs shaking that off, no problem. Roberts climbing back up the hill, and we'll get back to work here in the 4th inning.
Oh, 1-1 on the way from Roberts. Swing and a foul back in the count 1-2 now.
With Shells holding on to this 1-0 lead through 3 innings as they put one on the board in the top of the 1st, and they've made it held up so far.
The 1-2 on the way to Palin. Swing and a diving play by the shortstop to stop that ball from going into center field, and a nice play there.
A beautiful play by Niall Spurgeon as that ball was a line drive up the middle. He took about 2 steps to his left, laid out completely parallel to the ground, and making a tremendous stab for the young shortstop there, Niall Spurgeon.
And there's one away. Roberts got away with a mistake there as he left that pitch up, and it was tagged, but a nice play by the shortstop. Here's a pitch outside for ball 1 to Nathan Martz. 0 for 1, struck out his first time. The next one, swing and a pop-up. First baseman comes down the line. He'll call for it and haul it in for out number 2.
A hard fastball there by Roberts. Martz not able to get the head of the bat to the ball. It's a towering foul ball pop-up here towards the first base dugout.
2 away now. That will bring in Travis Shook. Out for interference his first time as he takes it inside for ball 1.
You don't see that very often, but we did see it tonight. Batter interference.
You never know what you'll see at a ball game. Here's a ground ball down to first. First baseman flipping on to the pitcher Roberts, covering for out number 3, and that's how the 4th inning for the Roxana Shells comes to an end. 1, 2, 3 go the Shells. We'll move to the bottom half of the 4th inning. With the Shells leading 1-0, you're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. I'm Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance. In just minutes, I can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Call me, Gerard Fisher of American Family Insurance, today at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis now as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Shells holding on to a 1-0 lead behind Ryan Touche.
Nice effort by Nathan Martz. Couldn't come up with the catch, though.
Chasing a foul ball down the first base line. Touche back on top now. 0-1 count on the hitter. Pitch on the way. In there for a called strike 2. The next one in there, but a bit low, and it's 1-2. Touche. Roxana brings home the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a tap foul. The count remains 1-2.
Good pitch there by Touche. An even better job by the hitter fouling it off and staying alive.
Touche now. Ready with a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout of Nick Lombardo.
Ryan Touche continuing to look strong here in the bottom of the 4th for the Roxana Shells, striking out the number 3 hitter, Nick Lombardo. This is going to be a tough part this inning here. At the 3, 4, 5 of the Redbirds coming up, and Touche looks ready for the matchup as now Jason Roberts steps in.
Swing and a foul off on the first pitch by Jason Roberts, who grounded to the shortstop his first time up. Touche sailing along here in the 4th inning. Has 3 strikeouts now. This one down low for a ball. He's allowed only 2 base runners. He's set down 5 in a row. Is this one down low? 2-1 now. And the opposing pitcher, Jason Roberts, a cleanup hitter for the Alton Redbirds. 2-1 pitch on the way, and it's up high for ball 3.
It's one of the very few times tonight we've seen Touche 3-1 on a hitter.
Touche brings home the 3-1, and it's upstairs for ball 4 and a walk.
Jason Roberts doing a good job drawing the walk, getting on base. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner now come out for the Redbirds and run for the pitcher.
We'll find out who that is. It's Luke Edwards doing the running. Edwards to run for Jason Roberts. And digging in will be Josh Boyd, the right fielder, 0 for 1, grounded to first. A lead and a throw over, and back safely is Luke Edwards. Edwards creeps away from first. Touche to the belt. Now throw over again, and back safely is Edwards.
Touche keeping a close eye on Luke Edwards, the courtesy runner. You've got to assume Edwards can run with being the courtesy runner.
Pitch is in there for a strike.
Nice breaking ball by Ryan Touche. Starting off Boyd, 0-1. After the walk to Roberts, he gets right back in the strike zone.
Pitch out, and Edwards going nowhere.
That's twice tonight we've seen Coach Arbeth not pitch out, and he's trying to sniff out that running game of the Redbirds.
1-1 the count on the hitter Boyd. Edwards with a lead. Touche, a long look, now throw over. They got him that time.
Picked him off. The courtesy runner, Luke Edwards, looked like he was going to be going on the pitch there as he broke towards second just a touch and got picked off by Ryan Touche for the second out here in the bottom of the 4th.
So 2 away now as Boyd digs back in. 1-1 to count on him. And the pitch headed home. It's outside. 2-1 now.
Well, you can you can see through these first 4 innings that Coach Arbuthnot had his team prepared for the running game here of the Alton Redbirds.
The 2-1 up high, and it's 3-1 now, and Josh Boyd.
What do you think we've seen? Probably 8 to 10 pick moves by Touche, a couple pitch outs, and they're really keeping an eye on it.
This one sails inside. It's ball 4. So back-to-back walks now for Ryan Touche. That'll bring in Shane Matthews over 1, grounded to second.
Shane Matthews, the left-handed hitting Shane Matthews, will have a big hole over there on the right side to maybe try and pull a ball through the hole, with the first baseman holding the runner on.
They set up away, and the pitch sails inside, and down to second safely is the runner, Josh Boyd. I think that might have been a cross up there.
It kind of looked like it. It looked like the catcher was mixed up. Perry looked like he wasn't quite sure what was coming there.
He set up outside, and that pitch sailed way inside. And unable to handle it, down to second goes Boyd.
Boyd was running on the pitch there, so Coach Houck did have the steal on.
Still a big hole on the right side. The second baseman holding the runner. Now throw back there and close to picking him off.
Now the Shells trying to pick move at second. Boyd just getting his hand back in underneath the tag. And boy, the bench of Roxana wanted that call. Coach Arbuthnot was a few steps onto the field in excitement, anticipating the out call, but didn't get it.
Shortstop and third baseman thought he was out as they were headed to the dugout. Pitch on the way, swing and a pop-up. Third baseman going into foul territory. Garner will haul this one in for the final out to bring it in to the bottom half of inning number 4. We'll move on to the 5th now with the score 1-0 in favor of the Shells. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
At Olin Community Credit Union, they offer more than savings accounts, checking accounts, money markets, loans, and IRAs. They also offer a Visa Platinum card, which rewards their members with low rates, no annual fees, no hidden fees, no balance transfer fees, built-in safety features to protect your card from fraud, and a rewards program, which rewards you for every purchase you make. Apply today for an Olin Community Credit Union Visa Platinum card at www.olincreditunion.org.
Compare a well-equipped Lexus ES to a well-equipped Buick LaCrosse. Get inside each and see what you find. If perfection is what you pursue, this might just change your course. Meet the new class of world class. The 2010 LaCrosse from Buick. May the best car win.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. As we move on now to the 5th inning. Looks like a pinch hitter set to dig in for the Roxana Shells. Ryan McClure going to bat here. McClure will hit for the catcher, Phil Perry.
Ryan McClure, number 12. Good size looking kid in there.
First one misses for ball 1. McClure, a right-handed hitter, facing Roberts, a right-handed pitcher. In there for a called strike 1.
Good job by McClure. Hasn't seen a pitch yet tonight. Taking a couple pitches, trying to gauge it. And now Roberts getting back to work.
Here's a swing and a foul down the first base line. The count now 1-2 on the pinch hitter McClure. McClure steps out now, digs back in. Jason Roberts ready with the next one. Swing and a foul off. The count remains 1-2.
McClure fouls it off again. Well, McClure trying to get the most out of his at-bat here. Pinch hitting here in the top of the 5th.
Pitch in the dirt and a nice block by the catcher, and count 2-2.
Well, remember way back in the first inning, a couple of those pitches like that got by the catcher, which helped lead to the shell run. But ever since then, it's been solid back there.
Breaking pitch, and McClure hanging in there and fouling this one off.
Well, no matter what happens in this at-bat, Coach Arbuthnot's got to be happy with the at-bat McClure's giving him. 2-2 count. He's fouled off 3 or 4 pitches.
Now, Roberts steps off. That looked like that breaking pitch fooled him, but he was able to get just enough of it to stay alive. Here's a tapper back to the hill. Roberts down to one knee, will field and throw over to first for out number 1.
Roberts got McClure to tap that ball back to him off the end of the bat. He capped him. Did a nice job smothering the ball and tossing it over to first base, and now there's one out here in the top of the 5th.
Chase McPeak now digging in from the right side, 0 for 1. Grounded to the shortstop. His last time. Pitch down low for ball 1 from Roberts to Chase McPeak. The 1-0 in there for a called strike 1, and it's 1-1 now. Chase McPeak, the right-handed batter, the shortstop for the Shell. 1-1 on the way, and it's in there for a called strike 2.
Roberts throwing the fastball over the outside corner. McPeak steps a little bit towards third when he steps. That fastball on the outside corner is going to look a little bit further away from him than it really is.
This one outside, but too far. It's 2-2.
McPeak trying to get on base for Pleister, the leadoff hitter.
Here's a swing and a chopper to short. Spurgeon throw over in time for out number 2. Back to the top of the order now, and Pleister to dig in again. He has struck out twice.
John Pleister, the lefty, hasn't looked so good here this evening at the plate. Trying to get something started here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Shows bunt and fouls it off for strike 1.
That's the second time tonight Pleister's tried to offer a bunt for a hit, and both times he's fouled it off. Coach Arbuthnot yelling a little bit of instruction down to the batter's box now for him. Gets back in. Here we go.
Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Two strikes on Pleister as now Roberts wants a new baseball. Pleister has struck out twice tonight. Bats here the 5th with 2 away. Pleister steps out, adjusts the batting glove, and now digs back in from the left side with 2 strikes on it. Pitch on the way, and it's a swing and a fly ball into left field. Left fielder headed toward the line, now back a few steps, finally falling down but hauling it in. As that ball fooled him a little, but he's able to make the play for the final out here in the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 Shells. Redbirds coming to bat in the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Why is Roberts Motors #1 in Ford certified pre-owned sales in the St. Louis Metro East?
Visit the 169-point inspection all our vehicles go through.
Maybe it's because we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Or is it the large selection we keep in stock at all times?
Personally, I think the answer is all the above. Stop in today and see. Nobody does pre-owned better than Roberts Motors.
Roberts Motors, your hometown dealer for over 60 years in Alton, Illinois, or on the web at RiverBender.com.
So we'll retire to the mountains.
Oh, but I love the ocean.
There are places you want to get to in life, like retirement. And now your State Farm agent can help guide you with the free State Farm Insurance and Financial Review to prioritize your needs and help you plan a roadmap for your financial future.
Come on, nothing beats pine trees.
Except for palm trees.
Call and schedule yours today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Contact Tom Lane to lay out your roadmap to retirement today at 377-8912 across from Gino's 140 Club in Bethalto.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Touche rolling right along as the Redbirds come up here in the bottom of the 5th. Yet to score a run. Down 1-0 to the Roxana Shells.
Ryan Touche looking to stay strong here through the 5th. Continue to work ahead of hitters, and the speedy Eric Gardner up to bat.
Garner takes it down low for ball 1. Garner reached base and was left stranded back in the 2nd.
Garner was the left fielder that just made that last catch to end the inning, struggling a little bit on that play, but coming up with the ball.
This one outside for ball 2. Garner digs back in. 2 balls on him. And the pitch. Down low, and it's now 3-0 on Garner. Redbirds would love to get this guy on to start here in the 5th.
I'm sure the take sign has been given.
A 3-0. Taking all the way for strike 1.
Touche lays it right in there. We'll see if Garner's taking again or if Coach Howe turns him loose.
A 3-1 pitch. Swing and a drive into center field. The center fielder going back at the wall and hauling this one in for out number 1.
Great job by center fielder John Pleaster. Tracking that ball down, going a long way to the warning track in left center field as Eric Garner sent that ball for a ride, but not quite enough to get it out of the park here this evening.
Hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. And the center fielder, Pleaster, runs it down. It's back to the wall. That'll bring in Bodenbach now. Jordan Bodenbach 0 for 1 and takes strike 1. Here's a breaking pitch from Ryan Touche that misses for ball 1. Bodenbach waits on the 1-1. Touche delivers. Down low and inside for ball 2.
Same thing here as Bodenbach trying to get on any way possible. The Redbirds just dying for a base runner here in the 5th.
This went in on his fist and he fouls it off down the first base line. It's 2-2. Two pitch on the way from Touche. And a swing and a tap foul again down the first base line. Bodenbach stays alive. Dig back in.
That one was a curveball there. The one before a fastball. Bodenbach barely was able to get the trigger pulled and jammed him foul. Then they throw the curveball. You know, they speed his bat up and let him, but he still was laid on it.
The 2-2. Down low on the count now, full on Jordan Bodenbach. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Bodenbach, and he swings and fouls it off. A over the Shell dugout, out of play.
That was a better swing there by Bodenbach. Looked a little more comfortable on that. Got the head of the bat to it a little better. Fouled it more down the line over the dugout.
Another 3-2 pitch, and this one shot back up the box. Second baseman dives, can't get to it, and it'll go into center field.
Well, Bodenbach made good contact there, hitting a nice hard two-hopper up the middle for a base hit. And with one out here in the fifth, the Redbirds trying to get a little something started to try and tie the ball game up.
Nice at bat by Jordan Bodenbach, fouling a couple pitches off until he got one he liked and shot it right up the middle.
Yeah, it really was a great at bat. You know, not only was he fouling them off, but they were tough pitches. In on his hands, battling. It looked like he might have even been a little bit overmatched those first couple pitches, but then he kept timing him, and look how it paid off as he smokes one up the middle. And great at bat by Jordan Bodenbach for the Alton Redbirds.
Palin made an effort at that one and just off the end of his glove into center field. That will bring in the catcher, Brent Gibbs, 0 for 1. Grounded to second. His last time up. Bodenbach down at first with one away. Gibbs digs in from the right side. Now throw over and back safely is Bodenbach. Bodenbach takes his lead. Now the pitch from Touche down low for a ball.
We'll see what Brent Gibbs can do here for the Alton Redbirds. Batting in the 9 spot this evening. Grant Jones on deck, the leadoff hitter.
Gibbs taking strike one. And the count 1-1 on the catcher, Brent Gibbs. Throw over and Bodenbach back safely. Touche comes to the stretch, checks the runner Bodenbach. Sails it outside, and the count 2-1 now. Catcher Gibbs digs back in. Right-handed hitter waits. Touche to the belt. The check and the pitch. Outside again, the count 3-1.
Well, Touche looks like he's getting maybe a little tired as he's not in the zone near as much as he was earlier in the game. 3-1 now on Gibbs. You know, Gibbs batting in the 9 hole. You don't want to walk the 9 hitter to roll over the top of the order. You want to make this guy earn his way on.
The pitch to him is upstairs for ball 4, and now 2 on here in the bottom of the 5th.
It looks like pitching coach Pete Kleeman making his way to the mound for the Shells. Going to talk things over with his right-hander, Touche. Maybe discuss how they want to go about Jones here and what they want to do attacking this hitter.
Tanner Wells is going to be the courtesy runner for Gibbs down at first base. As we head back to the top of the order now, Jones to dig in here with runners at first and second and 1 away.
Tanner Wells, a pretty good runner himself, got good speed down there at first base in the ball game now, courtesy running. It's Pete Kleeman, the pitching coach of the Shells, now making his way off the field. Pete Kleeman, those of you who don't know, the 1997 Region 24 MVP for the Lewis and Clark Trailblazers.
The pitch is in there for a called strike 1 to Jones. Touche jumps out in front. Touche with a check of the runner at second. And the pitch. Outside, and the count even at 1-1.
That pitch just a little bit outside off the corner. The umpire hearing some jeers from the crowd. I'm assuming those are the Shells faithful down there behind the dish.
The 1-1. Upstairs for ball 2. Touche. Runners at first and second. The 2-1 pitch. Inside. It's now 3-1.
3-1 on Grant Jones. Niall Spurgeon waiting patiently on deck to see what happens here on this 3-1 pitch from Ryan Touche.
The pitch to Jones is swung on and hit to second. Second baseman bobbles it and throws on to first. Everyone else safe.
Once again, Palin having a little trouble with the leather, but he's able to stay with it. He stays calm, picks it up, and throws the runner out at first base. Possible double play ball there, but Grant Jones runs pretty well. I don't know if they would have turned that even had Palin fielded it cleanly. So there's 2 outs with runners at second and third for Niall Spurgeon. And it's a big spot here for the youngster, number 1.
Palin showing how to use that body as an infielder tonight. Knocking balls down and getting. Here's one that squirts away now, and a run's going to come home. This ball game is tied up.
And the Redbirds tie it up the same way the Shells were able to help get their run across in the first. A wild pitch. And as frustrating as that is for the Shells and for Ryan Touche and for catcher Phil Perry, they got to get focused. They got 2 outs, get to work on the hitter, and try to get themselves back in the dugout at 1-1.
Touche brings it home. And it sails upstairs for ball 2. The 2-0 sails inside. It's now 3-0.
He called that, Dennis.
Oh, he called it a strike. Fooled me with the batter spinning out of there.
I kind of think it fooled everybody. That didn't look like a strike from here.
Swing and a foul now. The count even at 2-2. Is that one of those today it's a strike, tomorrow it might not be a strike calls?
In all honesty, that looked like one of those that's never a strike, but for some reason today on that pitch was a strike.
I wonder what he's got going on later.
Well, anyway, it no matter what the case is on it, it's 2-2 the count with 2 outs here, and Ryan Touche trying to work out of a jam.
And it's Spurgeon trying to hit with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Here's a swing and a ground ball to second. Palin fields this one and throws on for the final out to bring it into this 5th inning that got the Redbirds on the board to tie things up now at 1-1 as we move to the 6th. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
I can do this. I can actually get her something she wants. Do something extraordinary. Surprise her with a piece of Everlon diamond jewelry. The Everlon Diamond Knot Collection features the Hercules knot, the ancient symbol of strength that represents the unbreakable bond of love. She definitely deserves a diamond.
The Everlon Diamond Knot Collection, now available at Manakee Jewelers.
Stop hiding. Start smiling. Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Smith. My staff and I love to take great care of our patients. We constantly update our technology, which allows us to complete complex procedures quickly, saving you time and money. Our new LumaSmiles technology allows you to see your new smile without changing a thing.
Patient of the Month, Lewis Michael won a free lunch for all his co-workers.
Come see what your smile can be at Dentistry with TLC.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis now as we move on to the 6th inning. And back to the hill is the right-handed hurler Jason Roberts, who's done a nice job for the Alton Redbirds tonight. kept them close in the ball game. He gave up a run back in the first and has not given up any since. And the score now 1-1.
Yeah, through 5 innings, it's been a very well-pitched games by both pitchers here this evening.
5 strikeouts for Roberts tonight. As he misses with the first one from ball 1 to the leadoff hitter, Stephen Garner has had a nice night with a couple knocks. This one across the outside for a strike, and it's 1-1. Garner waits on the 1-1, and this one outside. It's 2-1 now, and Stephen Garner. 6th inning action, 1-1 our score. The 2-1 swing and a tap foul. The count even at 2-2.
Stephen Garner, 3-sport athlete from the Shells.
Two-two pitch on the way to him. Swing and a foul back, and the count remains 2-2.
Garner trying to get on base here as the leadoff hitter. Get something going.
Swing and a pop up to the third baseman for the out.
Roberts ran that fastball in on the hands of Garner and jammed him up as he fisted it out to the third baseman, and the first out at the top of the 6th inning.
That'll bring in Brumley, who's been on base twice. Right-handed hitter. And he'll bunt one. Pitcher backhanding. Throw by Roberts in time, and a nice throw by Roberts to retire the hitter Brumley.
Great play by Jason Roberts, hopping off the mound to his right, fielding the bunt. A good bunt by Brumley, trying to get on base, and Roberts quickly getting to the ball and firing it across the diamond. Very, very nice play by the pitcher, Jason Roberts, showing his fielding skills out here.
That'll bring in Brandon Grizzle with the only Shell RBI tonight. He's 0 for 2, and a nice block by the catcher there on ball 1. Diving from behind the plate and stopping that one. There's a strike in there to Brandon Grizzle. Strikeout victim his last time.
That pitch was a little low there.
Here's one down low, and the count 2-1 now on Grizzle. Cleanup hitter and the DH tonight for the Shells as he's hitting for Ryan Touche, the pitcher.
That was definitely the swing away sign that Coach Arbuthnot just gave him.
Here's the 2-1 and a swing and a grounder to third. Third baseman, a strong throw, and that's the inning. 1, 2, 3. Go the Shells here in the top of the 6th. 1-1 our score. We move to the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
Ragusa drops to throw. Now lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got top, and he makes a dandy catch.
Here's another steal by Bradley. Lumpkins all alone. He lays it in from.
Yeah! Woo!
From its birth in 1931 on Broadway in Alton to its new home on Homer Adams Parkway, welcome to Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings. Alton Refrigeration and Home Furnishings earned its outstanding customer service reputation in servicing major appliance brands such as Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Frigidaire, Samsung, and more. When you think about it, Alton Refrigeration is about providing you with years of comfortable living with worry-free brand name products.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Bryant Lewis, Lloyd Hopkins Field. Gordon Moore Park. 1-1 our score as we Move to the bottom of the 6th inning. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Redbirds, who got their first run in the bottom of the 5th off Ryan Touche.
Well, this is a good chance for the Redbirds here.
Lombardo will take the first one outside for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Tried to center in the first and struck out in the 4th. There's the 1-0 in their first strike, and it's 1-1 now, and the right-handed hitter, Lombardo.
Well, the Redbirds with a chance here, right in the middle of their order. The pitcher that's wearing down a touch here in Ryan Touche.
Nick Lombardo swings, and that's a fair ball. He didn't run, and they call him out.
That was kind of a funky play there. The ball chopped down on the ground. Looked like it hit maybe behind the plate, maybe even off the batter's foot. I don't know. Came out in front, and Ryan Touche runs down the mound, picks it up, and tags the batter out. This is about the 3rd time tonight we've seen a coach have to have a one-on-one with the umpire.
Specifically the home plate umpire.
Well, it was tough to see from our angle where exactly that ball was and where it hit, but the reaction of Lombardo was that it was definitely a foul ball.
Well, that brings in the cleanup hitter now, the pitcher Jason Roberts with 1 away. This one hits Roberts. He'll head down to first.
Well, that's not what Ryan Touche and Coach Arbuthnot and the rest of the Shells wanted theirs. They get the leadoff hitter out, and then the very next pitch, they plunk the pitcher, Jason Roberts.
Roberts got on back in the 4th, you'll remember, and was courtesy run for, and they were able to pick off the courtesy runner. That runner is back in there now. Number 4, Luke Edwards.
Luke Edwards, as you mentioned, courtesy running earlier in the game, picked off first base by Ryan Touche.
Takes his lead, and Touche throws over, and there's a nice scoop once again by Martz. A right-handed hitter digs in. Boyd waits. Touche delivers. And it's in there for a called strike 1.
Touche getting ahead of Boyd here.
Now Touche fires over again. Martz has to leap up for that one.
Well, Martz has had to catch every style ball possible tonight. In the dirt, in front of him, in the dirt to the side of him, up high having to jump is Touche's pickoff move. Even though it's worked, his throws have kind of been wild over there tonight.
There's Martz making another stab, this time just knocking it down. Throw over from Touche. Touche looks in, gets a side to the belt, brings home the 0-1, and there's a swing and a miss on a huge curveball from Touche.
Touche still throwing a nice breaking ball in there. He's got that big looper. He's got a big break on it.
The 0-2 and a pitch out. Luke Edwards staying home.
3rd time this evening on the pitch out. All 3 times Redbirds not running. Coach Arbuthnot not taking any chances, though, with Luke Edwards, the base runner, at first.
Now he's going, and there's strike 3 called. Edwards safe at second with no throw.
Yeah, they just gave him the bag there of the catcher, Phil Perry, because he had such a great jump. The high leg kick of Touche, a great jump by Edwards. There was no way they were going to throw him out. Good thing for the Shells is the curveball was called strike 3, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
And that's that big breaking curveball that takes a minute to get home, and Makes it tougher to throw a runner out, but they got the strikeout.
Mm-hmm. Edwards timed the jump really well, and then to go along with it, the very high leg kick. And he was more than halfway to second before the ball even got to the plate.
Now meeting on the hill here with 2 away. They want to make sure the infield in sync here with a runner at second.
The meeting has commenced once again. Coach Arbuthnot not jogging back to the dugout. The Shells head out onto the field, back to their positions. Looks like a pinch hitter maybe going to come up for Coach Haug and the Redbirds here.
It will be number 17 for the Alton Redbirds, Michael Wolf. Right-handed hitter. Batting with 2 outs here in a tough situation. Chance to be the hero.
Yeah, Michael Wolf coming off the bench. Good-sized young man here. Number 17 on the broad back of Michael Wolf.
6'1", 200-pounder. Hits with 2 away and a runner at second. Pitch is inside for a ball.
Touche backing Wolf off the plate with that fastball. The shortstop McPeak has swung now way into the hole, playing Wolf to dead pull.
Now the second baseman creeps in. The throwback not in time.
Pickoff move at second doesn't work.
Touche to the stretch. The belt and delivers. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Luke Edwards being paid attention to by the shortstop and second baseman. They want to keep him close with 2 away.
The inside move there by Ryan Touche. Had Edwards leaning a couple steps to the right, but no middle infielder anywhere to be found to throw the ball to.
Just there to put that one in Luke Edwards' mind. Low 1-1. Breaking pitch, and it's 1-2.
That big curveball again from Ryan Touche. Still sharp here in the 6th inning. Michael Wolf has not seen it yet tonight. That's the first time he's seen it. It's now 1-2 on big number 17.
1-2 pitch from Touche. And it's in there for a call. Strike 3, and Touche out of the 6th inning with a couple back-to-back strikeouts. We move on. The score still 1-1 as we move to the 7th. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
You've worked hard to get where you are, to achieve your goals. And that's why we'll work just as hard to help make sure all you've built has the right protection. As a local independent agent, we can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family, providing safe, sound, secure protection with Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
See Macias Insurance Agency on West Delmar Avenue in Godfrey.
Hi, George Weber. Here's 3 more great reasons to visit Weber Chevrolet this fall. Number 1, product. Chevrolet has the best lineup of vehicles in the market today. Cobalt, Malibu, Impala, Silverado, Traverse, Equinox. Reason number 2, the deals. Right now, we have extra incentives and aggressive pricing on all of our units, resulting in huge savings. Number 3, your trade-in. After Cash for Clunkers, we were forced to crush so many of our trades that our pre-owned inventory needs some help. Your used vehicle has never been worth more.
Back to Gordon Moore Park, Lloyd Hopkins Field. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We move to the 7th with the score tied at 1. Pitchers duel all the way, and both pitchers still in there. Back to the hill now as Jason Roberts to face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Roxana Shells. Palin set to lead off. And he takes strike one.
Well, we're going to see who gives in first, whether it's going to be Roberts or Touche in this outstanding baseball game.
Pitch from Roberts. Misses for ball one. Pitch on the way, swing, and a tapper to short off the mound. Shortstop over, and Spurgeon on to first for the out.
Good play by Spurgeon there. Number one, charging the ball, coming in hard on it, getting rid of it quickly. And one down here in the top of the 7th.
Nathan Marks will bat here, 0 for 2 tonight. Some action down in the Redbird bullpen, some action in the Roxana bullpen. We're in the 7th now. Both these pitchers went the distance. Well, we'll see if Touche comes back out, but there's ball one to Martz. Swing and a foul back now. The count even at 1-1.
March has taken a few good cuts today, but he doesn't have a whole lot to show for it. He's had a lot of fouls straight back to the screen, and then he had the foul pop out.
Struck out back in the 2nd. There's strike 2 to it. Oh, 1-2 on the way, and it's outside, and the count even at 2-2 now on Martz.
That was a good-looking pitch by Roberts there. Thought it might have caught the outside corner, but not in the eyes of the umpire.
The 2-2. Down low. And now the count full on Nathan Martz with one away. 3-2 pitch, swing, and a foul straight back. March just missing that one.
And another foul straight back to the screen. As March has timed up Roberts pretty good, he just has not been able to put it fair. That pitch might have been a little up, but a full count you got to protect, and he took a good hack at it. Let's see what Roberts is going to do here. You would think after a swing like that at the fastball, maybe they'd go with something a little softer.
We'll see. Wind picking up, blowing in from center field. There's a swing and a foul straight back again.
That one wasn't squared up just, not quite as well. But you're right, still on it, fouled straight back. Nathan March giving Jason Roberts everything he can handle here in the top of the 7th.
Roberts ready with the 3-2 again. In there for a called strike 3, frozen pizza there for Mark.
And looked like he may have been looking for a breaking ball, or maybe he just didn't see that out of the hand, but it definitely froze him. And good job by Jason Roberts getting that fastball in there for strike 3, and we got 2 down now.
Looks like a pinch hitter maybe for the Shells here.
Yeah, number 23. What you got over there on your...
That would be Brad Perry.
Coach Arbuthnot going to send Brad Perry up with 2 out in the 7th.
Trying a left-hander here against Roberts.
Looks like he's going to hit for Shook.
Hitting for Travis Shook, you're correct. Pitch outside to him for ball 1. We're in the 7th with the score tied at 1. Next one on the way. Misses.
2-0.
Left-handed hitter digs back in. Pitch, swing, and a tap foul.
With a 2-0 count there, being fresh off the bench, I'm a little bit curious to why maybe the take sign wasn't on. You just need to try and get a base runner here if you're the Shells. Or you never know, maybe the take sign was on and swung through it. But excuse me, but you would think that he would have been taking there.
2-1, swing and a miss. Looked over match there.
Yeah, that fastball ran up and away from him. Jason Roberts has still pretty good run on his fastball here.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Perry, and it's outside. 3-2 now.
Same pitch there. Roberts tried to go right back out to that same spot to get him to chase, and Perry was not biting on that one.
There's a swing and a shot out to Spurgeon. His throw is in time, and down go the Shells. 1-2-3 in the seventh. We move to the bottom of the seventh now with our score knotted at 1. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
To-do lists rarely need more to do. So, at American Family, we offer a variety of products at affordable prices with the convenience of a single agent. From auto and homeowners to business and life insurance. This is Gerard Fisher with American Family Insurance. Give me a call at 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
There's a long pass. It looks like it's going to be overthrown. Oh, the receiver dashes under the ball and makes the catch. Touchdown!
Where did he get that extra burst of speed? That off-season training really paid off.
Alton Memorial Hospital's Human Motion Institute Sports Performance helps athletes maximize their potential and improve their game. With sports performance training, you'll leap higher, run faster, and throw farther. Learn more at altonmemorialhospital.org. Human Motion Institute Sports Performance, building better athletes.
Welcome back to Gordon Moore Park. Dennis Laird alongside Brian Lewis. We move now to the bottom of the seventh inning. A new pitcher in there for the Roxana Shells. It's Stephen Garner. And he will face Eric Garner to lead things off for the Alton Redbirds.
We got a timeout called out of the Roxana dugout. Not quite sure what's going on here. Coach Arvin's not coming back out now to speak with the home plate umpire.
We are in the bottom of the seventh inning with the score knotted at 1 as both the starting pitchers tonight, Touche and Roberts, doing an outstanding job for their teams. Now Stephen Garner in there with the ball game on the line here in the bottom of the seventh.
Yeah, Ryan Touche, excellent work for the Shells through 6 innings. Only gave up 1 run. Great job after getting pounded in the first game by Marquette, 12-2. Touche comes out with a great effort on the mound to keep his Shells' confidence up. And right here in the ball game with the Alton Redbirds, 1-1 in the 7th.
Eric Garner digging in from the right side against Stephen Garner. In there for a called strike 1 to Eric.
Well, that's what you want to see out of a relief pitcher. Come in with strike 1. You got to come out of the bullpen throwing strikes.
The next one outside for a ball, and it's 1-1 now on Eric Garner.
Stephen Garner immediately went to that curveball. First pitch fastball in there and then right to the curveball.
1-1 down low, and it's now 2-1 on Eric Garner. The 2-1 swing and a drive into left field. Left fielder on his horse, and this will get by him. Garner on his way to second. He'll be in there with a double.
Eric Garner with another hard-hit ball. If you remember earlier in the game, he drove one out to the same area in left center. A bid for a home run that fell short at the track and was caught, but that time smokes the line drive into the gap off the glove of the left fielder, who made a nice effort, and a double for Eric Gardner to start the 7th.
And that'll bring in Jordan Bodenbach. He scored the run in the 5th to tie this one up.
Well, I'm sure that the sacrifice bunt will be on here to get Gardner over to third, and with Gardner's wheels, he should be able to score from third on virtually anything. Eric Gardner, an outstanding player here for the Alton Redbirds.
Play on by the Shells, and the batter will step out. And a throwback to get Garner goes into center field. Garner going to head to third, and it'll be in there safely. That ball's overthrown, and the Alton Redbirds are going to win this one.
And as we talked about, Dennis, all night with Eric Gardner, speed kills. They're concerned with the speed. They try the pickoff move. They throw it into center. Then they throw it away at third base, trying to get it from center field to third. And Eric Gardner scores to win the game for the Alton Redbirds.
The final score, the Redbirds 2, the Shells 1. We'll be back to wrap it up after this. You're listening to 1570 Radio Sports.
RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Manakee Jewelers. Surprise her with a piece of Everlon diamond jewelry. Olin Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Professional, independent insurance agents. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Gerard Fisher, American Family Insurance, all your protection under one roof. Alton Memorial Hospital, the best health care close to home. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. Weber Granite City Chevrolet, buy American. Alton Refrigeration, the first choice in quality HD TV and appliances. Dentistry with TLC, stop hiding and start smiling. Quality Buick, Pontiac, GMC, Cadillac. Serving the Riverbend for 52 years.